Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. Hope you will be fine. Okay, today we are going to study the topic the leaf nature's food making factory. Okay, so in this chapter, till this time, you read about the process of photosynthesis, that it is very important for plants. Even plants, they are utilizing this process to get energy, and also they are making food for the other animals. Okay, now how plants they are doing this process? They are doing this process of photosynthesis due to chlorophyll which is present in their leaves. So leaves, they act as food factory for our nature. So whenever there is a factory, so for any work which is done in that factory should be fully equipped with different types of machineries. Okay, here we are going to study the structure of leaf, that as the leaves they are acting as food factory, so how the structure of leaf is well equipped for this process. Okay, so here we are going to study, first of all, you know that leaf has an expanded portion. That portion is called lamina. Okay, maybe you have read about this as leaf blade, so we can call it as leaf blade or lamina of the leaf. So this expanded portion, or here I can draw that for you, so that expanded portion is called lamina or leaf. Okay, now second thing is, this leaf is having a stalk like structure which is called petiole. Due to this petiole, it is attached with the branch. Okay, so this is petiole, due to which this is attached with the stem or with the branch, and this petiole is basically the extension of this area which is called midrib. This is called midrib or main vein, which is containing vascular bundle. What is mean by vascular? First of all, it is midrib, and it is containing vascular bundle. Okay, this, what is vascular bundle? Vascular bundle is basically xylem plus phloem. Okay, xylem and phloem, you read about xylem in the first chapter, that xylem transport water from root to leaf, and phloem transport prepared food which is formed in the leaf. So that food is transported to different parts, for example to root, to fruits, to seeds, to leaves, so to different parts by this phloem. And from this main midrib, there are small veins which arise. These veins are also the part of this vascular bundle because they are transporting water and minerals to different parts of the leaves. Okay, so this is basically the external structure of the leaf. Okay, and this portion which is at the end, and this one is called margin of the leaf. It can be smooth like this, it can be in the form of different cuts, or different designing can be here. Okay, now this pattern of vein in the leaves is called venation. Here you are studying venation. What is venation? Venation is basically the arrangement of these veins in the leaf. So arrangement of these veins can be different in different types of leaves. For example, this pattern can be in the form of parallel veins like this. It can be in the form of a network of vein, for example this one. So if it is in the form of this network of vein, so it is called reticulate venation. So these venations can have different names. Okay, you don't need to learn this. So this pattern or arrangement of veins is called venation. Okay, this is all about the external structure of leaf. Okay, now we have to study about the internal structure. What is mean by internal structure? For example, I take this leaf, I cut a small piece from here, and if I show you, this portion of leaf can be like this. So this is called the transfer section. These areas, basically the round which I am making, these are basically these veins areas which are shown here. Okay, so here these are this area, it is called TS or transverse section. Okay, now I will explain about this. If I draw it separately for you, so I can explain the internal structure for you. For example, this upper portion, first of all, the upper area of the leaf is called upper epidermis. Okay, this area is called epi mean above. So you already know epi mean above. So it, as it is present on the upper surface, for example, if you consider this is the upper area of the leaf, this is the leaf blade, which is the expanded portion. So it is the upper portion, and here is the lower portion of the leaf. So this upper side has upper epidermis, this lower side has lower epidermis. Okay, so if I draw the cell here, so you can see that this is transverse section. So these are the cells of the upper epidermis, these are the cell here of showing lower epidermis. Here will be the central area or the vein. Then here other types of cells which I will making for you here. Okay, this one is upper epidermis. Dermis is basically used for skin or cover. Okay, epi mean above. So this one is the upper cover, or it is the upper epidermis. Okay, then on the lower side is lower epidermis. Okay, so I am making here lower epidermis for you, and I am going to explain the other things which I am drawing here. Okay, first of all, this is the upper epidermis. In the upper epidermis, cells are present very close together. There is no intercellular spaces between them, and it is most of the time it is having a layer over here which is called cuticle. Okay, this cuticle is basically to prevent water loss from the upper surface of the leaf. Okay, and also it focuses sunlight to the lower portions. Okay, so these are the two purpose of this cuticle and this epidermis. Okay, below this epidermis and between upper and lower epidermis, mesophyll cells. Meso mean which is in the middle, meso mean central, middle. Okay, so here mesophyll cells are present. Sometime one layer, sometime two layers of mesophyll cells are present, and these mesophyll cells, these are basically the cells which are containing chloroplast in them. Okay, so these are present very close together, and these are longer than broader. Okay, very close, longer than broader. So their arrangement is in leaf is in such a way that they can receive maximum sunlight for the process of photosynthesis. They are having chloroplast in them, and this chloroplast is basically so for the process of photosynthesis, so they can capture maximum sunlight. I am not completing this drawing, just I want to explain you about these cells. Okay, now in this portion, so this one is the layer of upper epidermis which is receiving maximum sunlight. Then below this is a layer, these mesophyll cells are called palisade mesophyll cells, and below them is a layer of spongy mesophyll cells. Spongy mesophyll cells, they are rounded in shape, many intercellular spaces. Intercellular mean between cells there is space present, which is called intercellular space. Okay, then here you can see in the center this midrib was present. So here the cells are present which are containing vascular bundle. Vascular bundle, I told you, is containing xylem and phloem, and the arrangement of xylem and phloem is very important. On upper side here cells present which are called xylem cells. Okay, xylem cells, you already know the function of xylem cells, which transport water. Okay, and lower side here cells are present which are called phloem cells. You have to remember their position because this position is very important from objective point of view in the Cambridge exam, because many questions they can ask related to this structure, because the arrangement of xylem and phloem is different in the stem, it is different in the root. So you have to remember xylem in the leaf, it will always be on the upper side, phloem will be on the lower side. Okay. Now here is the lower epidermis. Again here a cuticle layer will be present. Okay, here you can find in the lower epidermis another type of cell which I have made here just like bean shape. These bean shaped cells, they are also epidermal cell, but these are special type of epidermal cells. Why special? Because they are different in the shape than the other cells. Here I can show you these cells. For example, here you can see these are different epidermal cell, and in them here these cells are present which are called these guard cells. These are basically called guard cell. In the 7th class or in the junior classes, you read about that plants, they get carbon dioxide through stomata. Okay, what is stomata? Stomata is basically the word is stoma. Stoma is called a pore or a hole. Okay, this is a pore which is called stoma. Stoma is singular. When more than one are present, then they are called stomata. Stomata is the plural of this stoma. Okay, this stoma is guarded by bean shaped cells, and these bean shaped cells are called these guard cells. Okay, and these guard cells basically they regulate the opening and closing of stomata. Okay, now these are basically for the diffusion of carbon dioxide and removal of oxygen, or you can say basically for the diffusion of gases in the leaf. Okay, this is the structure of leaf, and leaf is well adapted for its function. Okay, now one more thing which I want to tell you, that this guard cell is different from other epidermal cells. Why? First of all, because of the shape, it is of bean shape. Okay, secondly, this is the only epidermal cell even here in the this layer, or in rounded these spongy mesophyll cells, again chloroplast are present. So these are basically for the process of photosynthesis. And these epidermal cells, upper and lower epidermis, this one is called lower epidermis. So this layer is without chlorophyll. So why without chlorophyll? So it can quickly focus sunlight over here, this lower epidermal lower mesophyll tissues, so photosynthesis can occur. Okay, now how these guard cells are different from other epidermal cells? Number one, due to this bean shape. Secondly, because of these guard cells are the only epidermal cell which are having chloroplast in them. So they are different due to the presence of chloroplast. So they are the areas where also photosynthesis occurring. Okay, now what is the benefit of this photosynthesis which is occurring in these guard cells? Okay, there are so this is basically related to the concept of opening and closing of these stomatas. Okay, now different scientists, they do believe that in these guard cells in the morning time, first of all, number one point is that in the morning time in these guard cells photosynthesis take place. As a result of photosynthesis, glucose form in this area. Okay, so when glucose form, you already know it utilize water as well. So there will be deficiency of water in these guard cell, or water potential, which we have read in the second chapter or third chapter. So water potential of these cells will decrease. As a result, what happens basically, from these xylem cells water move here out of these xylem cells. It covers these cells, mesophyll cells, and from here it is moving in the mesophyll cell for the process of photosynthesis. So water is also moving here into the guard cells. As guard cells, they absorb water, they swell up, they become turgid, and due to turgidity, what happens, the inner area of these guard cell is thicker one and lower is the thin, so it open in curve shape. For example, they are closed like this. As they will absorb water, they will swell up like this, as you have seen in the tube of cycle. When it is flat, it will collapse. When you will fill it with water, it become round in shape like this. So same happen with the guard cell. First what happens, they are flaccid without water, when photosynthesis will occur, water will move inside and they will become turgid, and these guard cells will become open like this. When these guard cells will open, so a hole will appear between these guard cells. Okay, first position of this guard cell is like this. Okay, so first position of these guard cells is like this. Okay, so what will happen when water will move in these guard cells? So they will become turgid like this. Okay, and they will become bean shape, and the pore inside them will appear, which is called stoma, and its plural is stomata. Okay, clear this thing? So in this way, the opening and closing of guard cell is controlled by water, which move here. Number one concept is due to glucose, which is formed here during the daytime. Secondly, sometimes scientists they do consider that potassium ion is increases during the daytime in these guard cells, due to which again water potential decreases as mineral level is increasing. So again water move, and due to that opening and closing of stomata is controlled by these guard cells. Okay, or and second thing is how carbon dioxide enter into the leaves. So when morning time, guard cells they become open. So when they will be this hole will become open, so carbon dioxide will move inside, and this carbon dioxide goes here into the intercellular spaces, and from here it will diffuse in these cells, and the process of photosynthesis will occur. Water will come from this xylem, from the root. How from root? So first of all, you already know, for example, this one is the stem and this one is the root. In the root, you already know root here are present, so water will enter here. From here it will enter here into the xylem of the stem. From the xylem of the stem it will move into the leaves through midrib, and then from here to different mesophyll tissues. So here from the xylem, water will enter from this xylem to the these mesophyll tissues. Carbon dioxide they are taking from the stomata. So in this way, these mesophyll cells they will get carbon dioxide and water. So in the presence of sunlight, the process of photosynthesis will occur, and plant will prepare its food. Okay, so for that reason plant is called food factory, and the structure of plant is fully equipped for this process. Okay, watch this video carefully. So if there is any problem, there is any confusion, you can ask me. Okay bete, thank you. Allah Hafiz.